Hi YouTube, and welcome to my channel. So today we'll be looking at how to solve this question. We want to find the integral of the given expression using these expressions. Now if you look carefully at the given expression, we are given g of 6x, but for the expression that has the information we need to solve this question, we have different functions. So the first thing we're going to be doing would be to rewrite all of these expressions so that they all have the same function with the question. And this is going to mean that our intervals will be changing just a little bit to accommodate the change in function. So we are going to be starting with the first expression, which is our question. So we have for this expression, let's say that u is 6x. If u is 6x, this means that du is 6 dx, and this also means that du over 6 would be equals dx. So that means we can now rewrite this expression to be, here we have g, instead of 6x we have g of u, and instead of dx we have du over 6. But du over 6 is something as saying du times 1 over 6, where 1 over 6 now becomes our constant. So we can rewrite this to be in the form, let's just wipe this, to be in the form 1 over 6 times this integral. Now for our intervals, when we had this expression in terms of x, we had 5 over 6 and 1 over 2. But to write this in terms of u, we see here that we say that u is equal to 6 over x. So it means that we are going to multiply everything we have here by 6 to get its equivalent in u. So 5 over 6 times 6, that will be 5, and 1 over 2 times 6, that will be 3. So this is a new expression for the question. So let's just put it down here. We have du. All right, let's move on to the other expressions. We are going to be doing just the same thing. So for this expression, let's quickly just wipe off everything. We have this, delete. So for the second expression, we have from 3 to 1 over 2 g of 2x dx equals 6. So to get this done, we can as well say that u is 2x. So this would mean that du would be 2 dx, and du over 2 would be dx. If that is the case, let me bring this down a bit. So if that is the case, it means we can then rewrite this to be g of u du, but in this case du is du over 2, which, like I said before, this would be written as 1 over 2, and we have 3 times 2, which is 6, and half times 2, which is 1. So this becomes the value of our new expression. Let me increase this just a bit, it's too tiny. So here we have, oh, that reminds me, this is equal 6. Sorry, I forgot we had equal 6 here. So this is equal 6. So if this is equal 6, I can as well multiply both sides by 2. So when I multiply both sides by 2, this half is gone. So now I have, let me rewrite this. So now I have, let's say I have at this point times 2 times 2. So my expression is from 6 to 1 g of u du equals 12. So that's a new expression. Let's just put that down. So here we have g of u du equals 12, going from 6 to 1. So let's do the same thing for this expression from 1 to 0. Let's just wipe out everything. So we have from 1 to 0. So this is, let's say u is 4x. So du is 4dx. And du over 4 would be dx. So it means we can rewrite this to be g, instead of 4x now we have u, gu du, instead of dx we have du over 4, but 1 over 4 here becomes a constant, so we can just wipe that off and have 1 over 4 this side equals what? 2. So we can multiply both sides by 4, and that means we'll have our expression gu du equals 8. And remember, we still have our intervals. In terms of x, our intervals went from 1 to 0, and in terms of u, we would multiply our x's, our intervals in terms of x by 4. So we have 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 0 is 0. So here we have from 4 to 0. So it means that we can as well rewrite this as from 4 to 0 gu du equals 8. So let's talk about this. For that one we have, let's quickly wipe this up. So for that one we have you can pause this video for 5 seconds to see whether you can figure this out. So this means u is 3x. If u is 3x, du is 3 dx, and du over 3 is dx. So it means we can rewrite this to be g, instead of 3x we use u, gu, instead of dx we use du over 3. So that means we have a constant here, let's say 1 over 3 times 7. So that also means to remove this constant here, we can multiply both sides by 3. So you have whatever you have here times 3 times 3. So that would be gu du equals 21. Then for our intervals, in terms of x, we have from 2 to 1. And to rewrite this in terms of u, we have to multiply our x's by 3. So we have 3 times 2, that will be 6. And 3 times 1, that will be 3. So this is our new expression. So let's just quickly put that down. We have from 6 to 3 gu du equals 21, and this would be from 5 to 1 gu du equals 3 minus 3. So These are the new values we are going to be working with. So we'll just rewrite this and then proceed with our calculations. You can just wipe these ones off. Can as well just wipe this off. So our aim here, in order to solve this question, our aim here is going to be to rewrite each of these given values in such a way that we derive our question from the values. So let's get started. First off, I want to be able to get a new integral that has 5 as its upper integral and 3 as its lower integral. So to get that, my best bet is to start with this. So I'm going to be starting with this, and let me just pick another pen. Okay, so now I have solving. I'm going to have from 5 to 1 g of u du, which of course is equals minus 3. But my question has the lower bound or the lower interval as 3. So I'm going to find another integral that has upper bound as 1, just so that I can cancel out this one. And since I have none of them here having upper bound as 1, my best bet would be to pick this and then flip it. Just know that once you pick an integral and flip it, you're going to be changing the sign of its value. So this is going to be changing from plus 12 to minus 12 once it is flipped. So now I'm going to have plus from 1 to 6, and this would be equals minus 12. So it means now I can cancel this, but then this leaves me with, I think rather just cancel with a different pen. I can cancel this and cancel this, but this leaves me with a new lower interval of 6. And remember, I'm looking for a lower interval of 3. So my best bet would be to go with this, and this is because this gives me a lower interval of 3, and also having an upper interval of 6, I can as well cancel this lower interval of 6. So I have going from 6 to 3 gu du, which gives 21. So with this cancels, and I am left with my integral from 5 to 3 of gu du, and the value of this, I have minus 3 plus minus 12, which is minus 15, plus 21, which is equals 6. And remember, our question has 1 over 6 times this integral. So here I have, I should make space for it. So here I have 1 over 6 times this. So if the value of this gives me 6, 1 over 6 of this integral is 6 times 1 over 6, which will give me 1. So my answer is 1. I hope you liked this video, and I hope the way we solved this question was clear enough. If you liked this video, tap on the like button, subscribe, share with your friends, and I hope to see you on the next video. Also, check in the description below to see other links to more examples like this. Thank you.